everybody. Welcome to Spill It. My name is Marcus. It is so nice to see you all and to hear from you all and to all of that lot. It's great to be back. It's only been a week. It feels like it's been forever, but it's not. It's been a week. Welcome to Spill It. This is a show where I get to speak to people from all different walks of life about whatever they want to talk about, essentially. We have 3 different principles here at Spill It. We want to connect people together, we want to inspire people, and we want to learn. If you would like to come on the show and talk about whatever you're passionate about, then you can. All you have to do is head over to my Facebook hub, which is streaming now. You can comment as well that you want to come on the show, or you can drop me an email and I will respond. All you have to do is send it to marcus@spillit.uk and you can come on the show and talk about whatever you're passionate about, whatever you want to raise. It's so cool. All of my guests will obviously confirm that it's an amazing platform for people to come and talk to. So, yeah, there you go. Have you checked out our other episodes yet? If you haven't checked out our other episodes yet, this is episode 31? 31? I want to say 31. It is 31. This is episode 31. So if you haven't checked out our other episodes yet, you can do. Make sure you've liked the Facebook page and you can check out the other episodes that we did all the way through 2020 and now in 2021. It's awesome. Make sure you do it. Make sure you like my page. I am also streaming as well via YouTube and Twitch too. So you can watch these episodes pretty much everywhere. I say everywhere, it's 3 places, basically YouTube and Twitch. However, you can listen to them as well because we are streaming. So we are streaming via Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well, which is absolutely epic. I'm going to talk about that shortly. Don't forget that when you come in here, you have to like, you have to comment, and you have to share. Sharing's caring. The more that you share, the more that it gets pushed out to other people. People might be on your profile picture. I was about to say that's incorrect. But people might be on your profile, your friends list, and they might find some of these episodes interesting. They might even just want something to listen to or to watch or whatever, like on a Wednesday evening or whenever, because you can come back and watch this, or you can stream it via Spotify or Apple Podcasts. There may be people on your profile that may benefit from certain things that we'll be talking about. So make sure you've shared it, make sure you drop a like, and make sure you drop a comment, because when you drop a comment, I get to do things like this. Michael Barbados. Hey, I'm assuming Barbados is not your surname, and it's where you're watching from. But Michael Barbados, hey, listening and watching from Barbados. Look at this. We're in Barbados. Awesome. Stephen Wilson, evening, Marcus. Evening. Michael Barbados only just found you on iTunes and up to episode 5. Oh, awesome. Hi. Oh, this is absolutely epic. I was going to talk about this shortly anyway, because obviously Spill It is going out like further and further and further afield, which is absolutely epic. Barbados, can we, whoever's watching, all the people who are watching, can we give a massive hello to Michael from Barbados? That would be brilliant. Thank you very much. Stephen's already started. Stephen, hi, Michael Barbados, my lovely friend. There you go. This is epic, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, Michael, and for everybody else as well who is tuning in. As I say, this is a show where we get to connect, inspire, and learn. And these 3 principles is what Spill It is all about. We want to connect people together because we live in a time where things have been a little bit uncertain, let's say, and we've been quite disconnected from people. So being able to connect with each other and using this type of platform is brilliant. We want to inspire. I want to speak to inspirational people and their inspirational stories. And that's where this comes in. Because everybody has got an inspirational story, and it could be something that to them might be so small, but actually it's not. And that's what I love. I love speaking to inspirational people about their inspirational stories and getting them to spread their inspirational stories to other people to get them inspired. And together we all learn something. We want to learn. Every day's a school day, right? So we want to learn. I think I'd like to know everything. Oh, I think I know everything. I like to think I know everything. I definitely don't. But this is an opportunity for me to learn and for you guys to learn as well. And when I say learn, I'm not expecting people to just, you're going to learn how to do this, that, and the other, but you're learning something about somebody else's life, and that's what's important. Get those comments and questions rolling in. There are plenty that are coming through. We have Kath Wayne watching from Barbados. Hi. Hi, Kath. Thanks for joining. Linda's just remembered. So she's just remembered that it's on. Caroline's watching. She's saying hi to Barbados. We've got people tagging, which is awesome. Thank you so much. Keep tagging, guys. That's if you tag people in it, they come into here. It's cool. This is episode 31. Body, mind, goals. We are going to be speaking to the magnificent Marcus. Alliteration there. We do like a little bit of alliteration. But the magnificent Marcus will be joining us at 7:15 p.m. to talk about everything to do with how you can be working out at home during lockdown, how you can be eating healthily, how exercise and fitness and looking after yourself can actually really massively improve your mental health as well, which is something massive that we need at the moment. So definitely make sure that you are sticking around for everything that Marcus is going to be talking about. And that's right, you're getting another Marcus. I am Marcus number 1, and we have the other Marcus in the green room waiting to come out at 7:15. So make sure you hit that share button, as people have been doing. Make sure that you are tagging people in as well. Caroline's asked a really good question, which we will move on to. What is the weather like over in Barbados? Because it is shit here. We used to have a weather time segment where I would speak about the weather and find out what the weather was like where people were watching from, because we've had audiences in France and Germany and Holland and Gibraltar, Spain, America, and now obviously Barbados. So for my listeners and watchers in Barbados, let us know what the weather is like. For the UK, it's always shit. Let's be honest, it's always shit. But there you go. Let us know what the weather's like where you are. Linda's saying the green room. It is. I like to call it the green room. It's my professional little room. It's just basically waiting for me to click the button. But I like to call it a professional thing. So it's a green room. And if we can visit Barbados, it would be good for us. It would. So let us know what the weather is like, because if we can jump on a plane and get over to Barbados where it's sunny. Stephen said he's probably sat at the beach, at the beach bar in the sun. There you go. Right, let's move on. Announcements. So as we've got people watching and listening from Barbados. We have got a brand new audience that is jumping on. So I want to say a massive hello to everybody who is now watching, because Spill It is now streaming via Apple Podcasts as of last week. So, which is obviously iTunes. So I want to say a massive hello to absolutely all of my listeners who have tuned in and listening from Apple, whether that be Apple Podcasts, iTunes. I think they're the same thing. I'm pretty sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong with that. But I just want to say a massive hello to absolutely everybody from Apple, iTunes podcasts, who are now tuning in and listening. I also want to say a massive hello to these countries who, as of today, have started streaming Spill It. So hello to my Indian audience over in India. We have got people in Norway who are listening. So hello to people in Norway. And obviously Canada, we've had quite a few people listening from Canada. So hello to you guys in Canada. Hello to the people in Barbados who are currently listening now as well. And obviously all of my UK audience. Hello to all of you. Thank you so much for jumping on this and supporting this. It's absolutely fab. If you are wanting to support Spill It and support the work that I do, you can go over to buymeacoffee.com/spillit. You can donate as little as £1, and that pound or whatever you want to donate gets put into a pot and allows me to improve the network, improve the equipment that I use, improve the guests and the experience of Spill It and where we're dishing it out to, but also merchandise as well. So this is like a t-shirt that I'm wearing at the moment called #Everyone is Gay. This is going to be put out on events for Spill It this year, hopefully, if events can go forward. It's going to be a massive LGBTQ plus event where kind of like a pride, but where people and parents can come and get information about, people being gay, if their son or daughter are gay or whatnot. There's going to be so much anyway. And events is something that I'm wanting to really, really push towards through this year. So the money and the donations will be used to get those events off the ground. Another announcement that I've got is, if you were not in last week, there's loads of comments coming through, which I'll go through very, very shortly. If you was not here last week, Vinegar Strokes from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 1 will be on the show at the end of this month. Now, she'll be on the 27th of January, coming on and talking about her experience at RuPaul's Drag Race UK, and also talking about what it's been like for her as a UK performing drag queen during lockdown and the things that she's been doing and all of that lot. It'll be absolutely epic, so make sure that you are staying tuned for that. And this is week 2 of lockdown, so I'm hoping that you guys are all right. Drop me a message if you need to reach out. You know that I'm always there for you anyway, so ensure that you are reaching out to your nearest and dearest, your friends or whoever you need to. We're always there for you. I'm always here for you. I've just set up my life coaching business, which is to do with mental health, using your mental health and not allowing your mental health to block you from doing the things that you want to do. So if you ever want to reach out to me, then you're more than welcome to. This is a safe space to do so. Drop me a message or drop me an email. Okay, let's do some competition. So, competition. I turned my headphones up and the sound went weird. So, competition time. Here we go. I set a challenge for you guys to run or walk 50 miles in January. It was a nice, hang on, I've still got that one up. There we go. Is a nice, easy challenge. 50 miles in January. That's all you had to do. I say all like it's a massive thing. And to be fair, it is. Some people haven't done it before. So there you go. I want to say a massive congratulations to people who are continuously doing this. We are just under halfway through the month, and a massive congratulations to Karen Parkinson and Sean Jackson, who have already completed their 50 miles. Massive well done. We have got Sean, who has done 66 miles, I think that is, or 68 miles. We have also got Karen, who has done 57.3 miles as well. Guys, all you have to do is run or walk 50 miles, and you send me this screenshot to marcus@spillit.uk, and you will get a finisher medal from me, completely engraved as well. How awesome is that? Loads of people saying hello, by the way. Okay. How is Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. You're having a conversation between yourselves in the comments over there. You guys keep going. You guys keep going. Oh, Caroline mentioned something just then, which I've just glossed over, to be fair. And it was our Apple listeners known as cores. I love that. I absolutely love that. I don't know. I don't know, actually. What are the Apple listeners called? You guys are continue having a conversation in the comments. Okay, it is that time. I just want to say thank you so much for listening to me. It is that time. Can we all give a massive round of applause? Lots of woos in the comments, lots of emojis, lots of these clapping emojis, lots of smiles, lots of love hearts, whatever you want to do, for a very good friend of mine, but also my personal trainer. And you guys who have seen this progress so far, this is the guy. To my good friend, the other Marcus.
Good evening, mate. What an entrance. Thank you very much.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, mate. Can I just say as well, that is amazing what you're doing there, especially for accountability aspect, the running competition. Because not a lot of people do that for free these days. And that is absolutely amazing. So every credit to you.
Thank you. There was quite a few that I saw around running for 50 miles or running for whatever miles it was, but you had to put money towards it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So hang on, let me just get rid of that. There we go. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Stephen's jumped in straight away. Can we have 10 squats, Marcus?
Oh, not yet. Maybe later.
What we're going to have to do, guys, is if you are dropping comments, you're going to have to put Marcus H if you are commenting to Marcus, because there's two Marcuses. So if you're asking me to do 10 squats, that's not going to happen. Marcus, the other Marcus, normally like struggles to get me to do 10 squats. We have got Carol Worley. I think that's Worley from Canada watching as well, which is cool. Right. Are you ready to play a little game?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, let's go.
We always like to play a little game here at Spill It. Here we go. Let's play 5-second rule. Five-second rule is a game, for those who don't know, is a game that I play with all of my guests where I read a statement and they've got to answer and name 3 things within 5 seconds. It is as easy as that. We've had some answers. We've had some rude answers as well, which is always fun. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, mate, let's go.
Cool. Question number 1 for you. Name 3 things that you can find in your bedroom.
Boxes, bed sheets, carpet.
Well done. 1 down. Linda says, keep it clean.
Pregnant wife, so it'll be very clean.
Question number 2. Name 3 of your pet peeves.
We talked about it before. Filling gaps with and and basically.
Name 3 things you can do when no one is watching.
See, now I know that guy's answer. All I can think of that is in my head. It's wank, wank, and wank. That's all I'm thinking about then. That's all I'm thinking about. Not because that's what I do, but I know that because what he said.
I'll let you off. Name 3 famous bald people.
Ross Kent. I'm really bad at this game. Really bad at this game. It's the pressure.
It's the pressure. Last one for the evening.
We'll get 1 answer. Let's try and get 2. Yeah? 2's better.
Yeah, try and get 2 out of 3. Samantha's in the comments. Some cracking laughs on this game. Lol. Her son is the only one who I've had on this show who has completed this and got 3 every single round. Massive well done to you, Samantha. Right. Okay. Your last one for the evening. Name 3 bad smells.
BO, poo, and farts. Got all 3? No pressure that time. No pressure that time.
There you go. You got 3 out of 3. Happy days.
Happy days, yeah.
So, did you have fun with that game?
Yeah. I love being under pressure.
It's good. It's a bit of an icebreaker. It gets people laughing and smiling and all that lot. So, there you go. Are you ready for a bit of a grilling today?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, mate.
Question number 1 then, Marcus. Who is Marcus?
Very good question. I am Marcus. I'm a personal trainer and I like to say more than a personal trainer. We like to go to it in a bit further depth than just training people. From Preston, been fully self-employed for it'd be 7 years now. And yeah, I absolutely adore my career. For people that don't know me or people that know me, we'll let you know that.
How did you get into all of the fitness stuff?
Well, it's always been a passion since I was about 15. I was a really overweight child. And I can just remember that specific day where I was like, I have to change. And from that day, I've gone from strength to strength and I've learned a few things along the way, and I'm now trying to and continuing to help people as well. So, which is absolutely amazing.
You wasn't always a personal trainer, though, was you?
Well, No, so I've been, so I had my qualification and then I did nothing with it for about 2 years.
Mm.
And then I started to kind of go into it and then like put my feet in halfway, and then I fully invested myself into the career, and I've never looked back since.
Because you used to do the competition side of things as well?
Yeah. So that's basically how I started. When I was 16, I wanted to get bigger. I wanted to get as big as I can, as shredded as I can, and I thought, what better way of going on stage? And then obviously that has a shelf life, and you don't have much of a life after it. But I mean, well, while you're doing it, but yeah, it's you learn these things along the way. You've definitely mental strength. That's something that's probably kept with me from competing in bodybuilding.
Okay. And when you started off, so you're now obviously a personal trainer. How long have you been doing the personal training, did you say?
7 years now. 7 years.
7 years. What advice would you be giving to people who may be struggling right now with regards to, how they personally look and personally feel during these times? What advice could you be giving to them?
Well, the first one I'd say is have the back. A lot of people, when I talk to them especially, they don't back themselves, and they don't believe in themselves. And I was saying to you before, you want to be your first pick in your belief football team. And what I mean by that, you don't want to be the last person on your team. You want to be the first person. You want to believe in yourself. So you want to have that belief, and then create a plan. So you want to have a good bit of structure. So anything that's tracked can be managed. So if you're tracking when you're going to go for a walk, or it doesn't necessarily have to be like exercises, going to the gym or doing press ups or doing squats or whatever, go for a run. You can just do something like that you actually enjoy and that has a physical aspect to it. Just do that one. And then once you get into that and you create a routine, you create a structure, then you can go into the nitty gritty things. But I would back yourself first, and then create structure. That would be the two main things I would say at the moment.
Samantha has asked a really good question here as well. Sorry, carry on. Before I get into that.
No, it's fine.
So Samantha's asked a really good question here that I want to ask as well. Any good advice for bigger people to help with weight loss when gyms reopen? Like best things to use, the times, etc. Please go easy. Lol.
So I would say, like I was just saying before, is have faith in yourself. So I always say this to my clients. The hardest thing about going into the gym, and whether the hardest exercise, let's say, is going from the outside of the door into the gym itself. That is the hardest thing, because we're the harshest on ourselves. We have all these expectations in our head. And it's just like we said that just before, having a little bit of a goal, just even if that goal is going into the gym and walking straight back out. You've gone into the gym, you've got that thought process then. You've got that thought process. Your brain can actually then understand and digest what going into the gym feels like. So then the next day, all right, I'm going to go into the gym and I'm just going to walk for 5 minutes on the treadmill. No, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but you've gone into the gym and you've gone 5 minutes on that treadmill, walk straight back out. And then just kind of create a little bit of an appreciation side to it. It's like, oh, I've done something and I've said I've going to do it and I've done it. And then start like just chipping away at it there. But don't, especially if you've created like such a negative aura around the gym, don't go head in, balls to the wall, all action to it. It's not going to last. So even if it's going, I'm at reception with my smiley face, come and see me 5 times a week for 2-minute talk, straight back out. Start with that.
That was really good advice, that. And I think, Amy responded to Samantha with this comment, but I want to mix this in because this is a nice segue to lead us on to what which is obviously something you just touched on then, with how we view ourselves and the expectations the unrealistic expectations that we set about ourselves and what we want to look like. And I want to lose X amount of weight within 3 months or whatever. We set unrealistic goals. So Emmy has said in response to Samantha, or obviously, how do you help with weight loss and everything? If you felt and hate how you have felt and looked for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Sorry, would you repeat that again? I didn't understand.
So this is talking about mental health side of things, and it's us that's getting in our way, and it's how we look at ourselves and how we perceive ourselves.
Massively, yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who is, say, for instance, like in Emmy's shoes here, she has said that she hates how she has felt and looked for the last 10 years. What gives her the motivation to get up and go?
There has to be an internal motivation, and it doesn't have to be, like I said, like fitness isn't like a weight loss journey isn't just going into the gym and eating carrots or eating eggs. Like that's not, especially from a mental health aspect. If you like kayaking, go out and buy a kayak. That is fitness. You're doing something active with your life. If you like, I don't know, let's say netball, choosing the sport, like rekindling a love with sport, that can just like spark that love with, oh, well, I like this. Maybe I'll go to the gym to aid with that. Like a weight loss journey does not have to be in a gym. Like that is a misconception. But a good one, because we're in a lockdown now, you can't really go kayaking and you can't go netball. A good one would be where you don't have to rely on anything or any equipment, is track what you eat and drink. Write it down on a piece of pen and paper. There's loads of apps right now that will help you do it. The bar scan, a lot of things. There's MyFitnessPal. There's a few others. And just tracking and just like reflecting on your day of what you're eating is a massive, massive thing. Like a lot of people, they'll subconsciously drink and eat. And I could say to you now, Marcus, okay, what have you eaten today? And you'll go, oh, I've eaten this and I've drank this and I've drank that. And I guarantee you will have left 3 or 4 snacks out. I guarantee it, just off the top of your head. You might not have done, let's say for argument's sake you have. But if you are very consistent with tracking, what is tracked can be managed. If we're not tracking things, then we can't manage it.
Definitely. We touched obviously on mental health.
Yeah.
Just want to use that as a segue to talk about how fitness and health and looking after yourself can massively improve your mental health, especially right now in 2021 with everything that's going on in the world. Yeah.
So, well, personally, fitness has always been, and for me and for a lot of people, an escape. And to understand that escape, you've got to experience that escape. And especially now, like with all the lockdowns and stuff, having a sense of community and a sense of a family to go to. Like I do a lot of lockdown boot camps that I've just finished with just before this podcast with you. And when the guys are working together, it's just a little bit of an escape from reality. So once you get over the initial run of Zoom, everyone is friends, everyone's super friendly. And it's just a bit of an escape from what we're facing in life, like the coronavirus. And the endorphins you release after any type of exercise of doing something that you didn't think was possible, it's infectious. It is addictive. And yeah.
Touching on what you've just said then, so Stephen asked a question, can you have a PT session outside with just 2 people under the current restrictions?
Yeah, you can do. I'm trying to steer people away from it. Just because if it's outside, then it can be on Zoom. It is legal though. It is legal to be in an outdoor space to have a PT session, but I'm staying away from it.
Touching on talking about your Zoom sessions now, can you go into detail about what you're doing on Zoom and how effective that is?
Yeah, so I run 3 Zoom sessions a week on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, all at 6 o'clock in the evening. And it's just that accountability that people need, kind of like what you're doing with some of your listeners with the 50 miles in a month. We do it in bite-sized chunks, so we're doing 3 sessions a week. So regardless of how your day has been, regardless of if you've had a really bad day or a really good day, you have always got that to come to, and it's the accountability. And especially when we're in our houses for, let's say, 23 hours of the day, it's just that little bit of escape that everyone needs and should have.
Definitely. Caroline's asked, I have to ask this because it bigs me up, you see. So Caroline's asked, But Marcus H, do you dance?
Oh no, Mark, do you remember my dance?
I do. Yes.
Oh mate, no, yeah, I cannot dance at all.
Stephen left a comment as well. Weight loss is not a quick fix; it's a lifetime achievement.
Yeah. So when we're talking about building habits, so the brain hates change, but it can do modification. So even if the first step of a weight loss journey is changing your Hellman's mayonnaise, full fat or whatever, and changing it into the lower calorie version that they sell in Aldi, and just changing that takes, even if it takes 30 calories off your serving a day, you might have 3 or 4 servings of mayonnaise a day. So that's 90-ish calories a day. And if you do that over a week and over a month, that is a massive change in itself. And that is a very subtle change that the brain can modify. It doesn't have to change it, but it can deal with a modification. And it's just little steps like that.
We're going to talk about food now as well, because we've talked about it a couple of times, like making sure that you are tracking, food tracking, calorie counting, etc. But also you've just been talking about like the little things that you can do. Because we're stuck in a lockdown, people are more tempted, let's say, to quickly order something in rather than cooking, etc. What changes can they make to start eating healthier during lockdown, and why is it important, especially now?
Well, we are very much less active than we would be if we were going to, let's say, go into our desk jobs. Even if we had a desk job, we're still walking around and we're in our house, we're in our office. I have a few clients that don't leave their office until 7 o'clock at night, and they won't move there from 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. And we have to keep to know how active we are. I always ask my clients to count their steps, and you'll see a few clients will go from like 12,000 a day to 3,000 a day, and that is an area we have to create an energy deficit. So we have tried to keep our energy balance. So for people in fat loss phase, they want to be in an energy deficit. We have to either create that with food or more exercise. And so what I'm telling people now, I'm just slightly reducing their macros just so it can account for the steps that they cannot do in a day if it's not realistic. I know we're all human. Or if they fancy the big walks, put their activity energy up so that they can account for it with the food that they're eating. But I would say as simple as tracking, being accountable, being aware of what's going in, and then creating your energy deficit from there. So you have a load of calculators online, and that's all they are. It's only a calculation. So you can trial all these calculators, and you can trial it for, like, let's say 3 weeks. And if it's not making the impact that you want it to make, just adjust, maybe take off 100 calories or 200 calories here and there, and you can just play around.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about now, which guys in the audience, whilst you are listening and watching, please drop as many comments as you can regarding this. But I wanted you to spend a bit of time talking about myth busting. I wanted you to start myth busting some things that people may have heard that you want to kind of set the record straight. Things that you know that people need to be focused on rather than the other thing as well. So if you want to start, and then hopefully we'll get some people dropping some comments through about questions that they've got. Does this work? I've heard this, and let's put some rumors to rest, let's say.
Okay, so the gym is a very small cog in a massive machine. So a lot of people think I need to go to the gym because I need to lose weight. The gym is probably about 10% of what you actually need to do. The big factor is your nutrition. So as long as you're, even in a lockdown, focus on the nutrition, the gym right now can be irrelevant. And targeting fat loss. So I'll get it a lot of time with new clients. Oh, can we focus on my stomach because I've got to lose fat around there? You can't pinpoint where an exercise loses fat. You just don't do it. Exercises train muscles, not fat.
That's one of the things that we talked about. So I'd come to one of our sessions, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm losing weight, or I said like, I've not lost weight here, but I've lost it like around my bum area and in my face. And you were like, oh, well done. I was like, no, but I want to lose it here. And you was like, well, you can't tell it to. Like, no matter what happens, it's just going to drop off, and that's what happens. So yeah, guys, if you are the same as me, you can't target it. Like, just FYI, like. If the weight's dropping off, and be grateful for that. It'll drop off eventually from where you want it to. It's just that it works its way there. And you're more susceptible to stuff as well. As you told me, you are more conscious about the areas that you feel more conscious about. So.
Where I get first going to. As soon as you see a picture of yourself, where you're cautious around, you'll fixate on that straight away, and you won't realize around the other things that you're okay with. Like I've said to you, the first thing I fixate on a picture is my smile, because I have a tooth that I'm not so pleased on. But I will fixate on my smile regardless of anything else. And there's another one I've just seen on the comments: is bread bad for you? No food is specifically bad for you, and especially in a fat loss phase, no food is bad for losing weight or good for losing weight. There are just more that are more satiating than the others. So let's say, for instance, there are 200 calories in, let's say, 300 grams of strawberries. That's a lot of volume in those strawberries. So your body will feel like you're eating a lot, whereas it's still 200 calories. Whereas, let's say, half a Snickers bar is 200 calories. Your brain doesn't feel satiated with that 200 calories. So it's being smart with how you use your calories.
There's a photo that circles its way around Facebook every now and again, and it shows like the potatoes, for instance, like in the stomach, and how much room it makes, like with the same amount of calories as what a McDonald's will be, and it's the fact that it takes longer for that to digest, and you feel fuller for longer, and all that lot. So as you say, it's being clever. Yeah. Linda's asked, are you just one-on-one, or do you do groups? Which you have talked about, but if you want to go through what you actually do.
I do one-on-ones. My boot camps I was talking about before, that on the Zoom, that's a group. And out of the lockdown scenario, it's one-to-one, and I do 2 boot camps a week, which is on Saturday and Sunday.
And are these suitable for older generation?
Absolutely. Like, I love, it's one thing I like is being creative with exercise selection. So, you know me, I'm not about fluffy exercises. I won't get people like balancing on a Bozu ball while reciting the Mandarin alphabet. I will do stuff that is going to work. It might be basic, it might be boring, but it won't be boring, never boring. That's a wrong word to use. But it might be repetitive in the exercise selection we use, but it works and it's not fluffy. So yeah, there is an absolute exercise for everyone. And the fun.
Stephen's asked, do you think this lockdown will change people's thoughts on attending gyms as more and more people getting more out of outdoor exercise or outdoor activities? Oh yeah, so basically, because people are using a lot more outdoor activities, do you think people's perceptions of what they can utilize the gym for will change?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it'll get people thinking outside the box, whereas, like I was touching on before, where people think I have to go to the gym to punish myself because that's how I lose weight. No, that's wrong. So people think, well, I didn't want to go to the gym today, so I went on to Longridge Fells, or I went up to Beacon Fell. I went for a walk. If that's what people get out of lockdown, then that is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Luke's asked a myth, or wants you to bust this one. Is Guinness bad for you?
No food's bad for you. Guinness is amazing.
Well, that answers your question, Luke. Stephen said, I've recently dished alcohol and chocolate.
All about quantities of things, like volume of things. Like I was saying, I was touching on the 200 calories of 300 grams of strawberries. I don't think I'd really want to eat a kilo of strawberries in one sitting. It'd be quite bad for me. Like, water in too much consumption can be bad for you. So all about quantities of things.
Stephen's recently dished alcohol and chocolate and currently day 14 free. I think
I would go personally. Like, I would personally do. I don't really like the cold turkey approach, which I can go into if you would like me
to. You can either go into it now. Yeah, actually, go into it now.
Yeah. So a cold turkey, like I was saying before, The brain hates change. It can adjust with modification, and that is going to serve for a longer period of time. So you're punishing yourself by saying, I am not eating this, I'm not drinking this, I'm going, done. That's a punishment. And your body is going to see it as such. Your brain's going to see it as such. We can adhere to punishment for a short period of time, whether it's a 6-week period or an 8-week period. Our body knows an end goal. That's why I don't really agree with transformation, 6-week transformations. Our brains can adhere to struggle and pain for a short period of time, but then there's going to be a breaking point where it's like, no, I'm not doing it. What our bodies and what science has shown is that little tweaks to things here and there and subtly building things down slowly has a longer effect and will be life-changing later down the line.
It's definitely what you've taught me as well. And I've not drastically changed anything like eating wise. I'm just more conscious about it. So
really, that serves so much later down the line.
Yeah, definitely. And you're right. And it's with anything. It's not just with fitness and health. Our brains take a while to adjust, and so therefore the small changes helps.
Yeah, it's like we're not going to our new job and think, well, I'm going to be a manager on the first day. You work up to slow.
Jason has left a comment here. I'm 49 and I participate in Marcus's Zoom and live boot camps. I'm also nearly 21 stone, so he does adjust exercises to suit individuals. So you adjust the exercises too? Yeah,
I don't know who Jason is. I don't think he's been called Jason since he was 12. He's called Shad, but yeah. yeah, Jason's brilliant. I'm a pregnant wife. I have my wife's 34 weeks pregnant, and she still does my boot camps online. So
there you go, guys. So there is no harm in just jumping into these. Marcus will.
I should ask. I should say.
Yeah. Emmy has asked a question. Any advice for easing out of caffeine addiction? I drink a lot of Pepsi Max and I know that it's doing me no favors, but whenever I try to cut down, I get the worst headaches and I eventually give in and go back to normal. I struggle drinking flat things. Even if I like the taste, I get bored quickly if it's not fizzy.
It's funny you should mention that because I'm actually on I'm not really working that much in the gym area. I've reduced my caffeine intake as I also drink a lot of caffeine. So, like I was saying, you'll hear a lot of repetitive stuff coming over. So, your body is used to a certain amount of caffeine, whether or not you measure how much caffeine you have. So, in a normal cup of coffee, there's 30 milligrams of caffeine, and the daily recommendation from the World Health Organization is 300 milligrams, I think it is. And most people go over that slightly, but that's a lot of coffee. But you can easily get to that with energy drinks and like fizzy pop and stuff like that. Now, if we start going cold turkey, brain's not doing it. You're going to have the worst headaches. So what I would suggest with that, Emmy, coming back to your point, sorry, I went try a sidetrack. Track how much caffeine you're having. So track what drinks have caffeine in and just track how many you're having. And then see a pattern. So you might be saying, oh, well, on a Monday, I'll have 8. Or on a Tuesday, I only have 3. On a Wednesday, I'll have 7. Like, see if there's a pattern and take down 2 days a week. If it's tracked, it can be managed. So on a Monday, I'm only going to have 5. On a Tuesday, I'm just going to have 1. Okay, what can be tracked can be managed. And only do it for a certain period of time as well.
Really like that. Great advice there as well. If you are stuck at home, quite a few people are. So, for example, with me, I can get my daily exercise by going out on a walk. I can walk the dogs. I've been going out on morning runs or evening runs. I'm doing my cycling now as well. So I can get out of the house and do my daily exercise, if you will. However, there may be people stuck at home who aren't able to leave the house at all. They might struggle or they don't feel safe enough yet to leave the house, to go out on a daily walk or whatnot. What advice could you give to them, or what exercises could they be doing whilst at home or whilst people are stuck at home?
Then you do limit yourself. I mean, if you don't want to go outside, because outside is the best thing, getting fresh air into. But if you're really cautious about even stepping foot outside, leave all your jobs for 1 week, for that specific week in the house, and do as much work in the house as you can. And then try and do a workout. Because what you've got to understand as well, the home, especially for a lot of people I deal with and myself, the home is where we come to relax. It's our sanctuary. So to try and then change that into an area where we then work out, our brain hates it. So unless you can create an area, so for instance, it's my kitchen. If I know I'm transitioning from my living room into my kitchen, it's go time. I'm working out. So it's just trying new things as well. Like I say, leaving all your housework, but you are going to be up and down all the time with leaving your housework. There's a little bit of a joke to it, but the truth is you're going to be doing a lot of stuff up and down, ironing, up and down, stairs, putting your clothes away, and then just trialing, maybe leaving your room. Like, let's say you have an office, that can then become your workout room. That can become the work area. So yeah, it is hard. Like there's no one saying it's easy, because the home is our sanctuary. The home is where we come to chill out, relax, procrastinate. But the less we procrastinate, the better.
I really like that, actually, to be fair. So it's having a dedicated room. So you might not be able to leave the house, but even if, for instance, you are able to leave the house, if you have a dedicated room and that is your room where you are going to do these certain exercises, again, it's training the brain. So when you walk into that specific room, you know that, it's go time.
With an intention. You're doing it with an intent.
So dedicate a room, whether it be not your living room, because what was you going to say? Sorry.
That's where the TV is. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't dedicate the living room to it.
Yeah, don't dedicate the living room. But yeah, if you can't leave the house, I would really recommend just going for a walk, getting that headspace. It's so good for your mental health. Just going out and seeing some trees, some open space. It's so good for your mental health. And
Emmy said in response to your advice before as well, thank you so much. That's probably the best helpful advice I've ever received on this subject with regards to the caffeine.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm in the same struggle myself, Emmy. So the easier it can be, I'm all about that.
Stephen has asked a question. I work 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. What's the best advice on how long to exercise and how many times a week, but also to have rest periods?
I would need context with that. What is your goal? Are you wanting to build muscle? Are you wanting to lose weight? That needs context, buddy.
There you go. So everything, your goals need to be
very specific. Oh, mate, yeah. Like when we're talking about fitness goals, like that is people's downfalls. They're not specific enough. So when we talk about they need to be their first pick on their belief team, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make that same work. So they need to be very specific with their goals. So, okay, I want to build muscle. Okay, what do you want to build muscle for? What time frame are you giving yourself? How many times can you commit to the gym that week? What are you going to do about commitments with your food? You've got to be very specific and make it very easy. Because let's talk if we're on a fat loss phase and we've committed to going on 3 runs a week. Okay, that's very specific in the sense it's 3 runs a week. Okay, let's get more specific. Let's set all our running gear out in the morning that we don't wake the wife up so that we can get everything on. We don't have to do any thinking. It's straight up, bam, straight on, because our brains are going to do a lot of self-talk in the morning. Like me saying to you now, Marcus, I'm going to go for a run tomorrow. Okay, that's now. I'm very warm. I'm very comfortable. I'm content. I'm speaking to you. Now, when the alarm goes off at 5 to 3 in the morning, all bells ringing off, that bad person on my shoulder, is going to be like, you shouldn't really be getting up at this time. It's cold. You might get a cold. It's raining. So getting a lot less of that fluff out of the way is the better. So having your drink ready in the fridge, shorts at the ready, towel at the ready. All you've got to do is get up, get dressed, and go. If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. And to be fair, that's what I do now as well. I quickly changed dramatically from not being able to get up. I was hating the fact that I was waking up and going to the gym or going for a run or whatnot. But what I started doing was actually setting everything ready. So the moment that I rolled over and went to go and turn my alarm off, my bottle of water was nice and cold, ready to go. But I'd also had my clothes, my trainers, my running shorts, absolutely everything was there ready. So I had to get up, turn the alarm off, I'd look at my stuff and go, yeah, I've got to go.
That's not just self-talk, that is intention. So you have every intention of doing it and then end up doing it. So the less you can leave till the morning, so the brain has already got so much to think about. You're going on a mother effing run. So the more you can take out of that step of the process, the better. And that goes with everything. Like the more, like when we was touching on, say if you was wanting to put weight or let's say lose weight, prepping your meals. Like so many people don't have any prep. They're just kind of very spontaneous. Or I'll go to the shop and I'll get that, or I'll go there and do that. When we're prepared and the brain doesn't have to think about where it's going to source its food, we kind of just go into this, especially during the week when we've got work and other commitments. We kind of just go into cruise control for the week, and that's 5 days out of the week that's gone. If you prepare all your food and make it interesting, like batch cook a load of chili con carne. I love chili con carne. I would batch cook the shit out of it. Sorry for swearing, but I would.
Sorry, it's not a family show. You can swear all you want
to. So I would batch cook the hell out of that and have a few wraps. So whereas if I wasn't preparing my food, I'd be like, I'm in a bit of a rush. I'll go and have a bowl of cereal. Do you know? And it's just keeping the body satiated and just doing a lot more before you actually have to do it. So then when it comes to it, all you got to do is eat.
Brilliant advice there. We are getting to the end of the show. Where can people find you if they want to get involved? They want to attend your boot camps. They want to get a one-to-one session. They want to get any help and advice. Absolutely anything. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at MH Training Systems and Instagram. I think it's MH_training_systems. I think it is, but don't quote me.
It is.
The worst salesman in the world.
What we'll do is we'll put a post up after this and we'll put the links up so people can get in touch with you as well. Have you got... Well, actually, at the end of every show, I give my guests the opportunity to give a quote, and it can be something that they have made up. It could be something that they stand by, live by. It could be something that they've heard that they just really like. But it should be a quote that people should take away from today's show. So before you say your goodbyes, can you give your quote and a final message for everybody?
Absolutely, guys. Be your first pick of your belief football team. So if you've got a goal, believe in yourself. And I can't stress that enough. A lot of people, when they go into goals, they don't have any belief in themselves. Get that belief. So be your first pick for your football team of belief.
Love it. And thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure, mate. I was going really fast. I didn't realize how fast it went.
It does. It goes really, really quickly, the hour. I just want to say a massive thank you. And guys, if you need any help or advice when it comes to health, fitness, even your mental health side of things, Marcus is amazing. Marcus has been helping me out for the last couple of months, and I have noticed a dramatic difference in not just the way that I look and feel, but just my attitude towards food and health and fitness and how I feel about myself. And you know, I'm a very quick learner. The things that Marcus tells me, I soak it in like a sponge, and I'm just like, right, okay, cool, right, do's, don'ts. Stop thinking like this. What's that?
Down to the coaching as well. Down to the coaching.
There you go. There you go. So if you do need to reach out to Marcus, then please do. I will drop some links in the Facebook page, in the Facebook hub at Spill It. For now, Marcus, you can say your goodbyes to people.
So goodbye, guys. Thank you for listening to my droney voice.
Thank you. I'm sure people will be getting in touch with you, Marcus, anyway.
Brilliant. See you later, mate.
See ya. Wow, what an amazing guest. Guys, if you have got questions, if you have got comments that you want to speak to Marcus about, as I say, please get in touch with me, or I will, and I can obviously pass him on. Marcus will be in the comments as well later on, and he can be leaving some comments for you guys and tagging whatever. I will also put a post up afterwards on the Facebook hub. for anybody that wants to get in touch with him directly through MH training systems. That is the end of today's show. Thank you for joining next week's show, guys. I have got I've got a social media influencer, Instagram model, and TikTok hilarious guy. We've got Dan Spragg on. He's going to be on talking about internet trolls, internet bullying, and how we can better prepare ourselves when we are going onto the World Wide Web on social media and the way that people perceive us, etc. How we can put that into the back of our minds. This will be a really good episode for any parents who want to protect their children from online trolls. We call them trolls. So the episode will be episode 32, Don't Feed the Trolls. Dan Spragg will be on here talking to us about all of that lot. Absolutely epic. He is such a nice, genuine guy as well, and he will be on next week's show. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm also still on the hunt for people that want to come and take over Spill It. If you don't know what the takeover is, in March, I will be giving whoever the opportunity to come and take the hot seat, come and sit here and be the host of their own Spill It show. They get to hunt their guests. They get to talk about whatever they want to talk about. It is an opportunity for you to do what you want to do with this show. You get your full hour slot. You get to learn everything what I do. And it's your opportunity. So if you want to get in touch, if you want to be part of the takeover, get in touch and let me know. And you can have your hand at doing this, running your own show. It's great for experience, to be fair. It's just something fun. My name is Marcus Wright. You can find me over on all my social medias, which are scrolling at the bottom now, Instagram and Twitter at spillit_Marcus. I'm also streaming via YouTube, and I'm also streaming via Twitch. You can follow me on all of those, and also the Facebook hub, www.facebook.com/spillingit. When I am not doing Spill It, I run a dance exercise class, quite fitting because we've been talking about exercising. It is a dance exercise class called Dance X. You can visit the Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DanceXPreston. When we are not doing it in person, we are doing it live via Facebook Live. It's completely free for everybody to jump onto, so make sure you do. Go and like my page if you are into it and you want to kickstart your fitness path and you're a bit of a dancer at heart. Then let me know. Head over to the Facebook page and you can join in with that as well, completely free of charge. If you are wanting to support Spill It and everything that I do, then you can. You can head over to redbubble.com and you can look out for my merchandise that is there. You can pick things like this, Everyone is Gay, or you can get other merchandise, things like tote bags. You can get badges, hoodies, t-shirts, absolutely everything. You can get all sorts over on Redbubble. You can also head over to www.buymeacoffee.com/spillit and you can donate to the show. You can donate as little as £1, going up to whatever you want to choose. It's your amount of money that you want to donate to Spill It. And as I say, with the donations will be used to buy better equipment, to get better guests, to get better prizes for the competitions, absolutely everything you can donate. Don't worry though, not everything's about money. You can also help by leaving a review. If you head over to the Facebook hub of www.facebook.com/spillingit, you can leave a review on the Facebook hub to allow other people to see what this show is all about. If you are listening via Apple Podcasts, you can also leave a review on there. Please leave a review. Obviously, if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to leave a review. But if you do like what I do, then please leave a review either here on the Facebook hub or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Let's just jump into those comments before we disconnect. Thanks for the advice and motivation, Marcus's. There we go, Marcus's. Linda Proctor, we can chat to each other. Oh, there you go. You can chat to each other now. Alan, my boss, is here. Marcus times 2. There is 2 Marcuses. We're friends as well. It gets quite confusing, especially when we're doing a PT session in the gym and people keep going, Marcus, and I turn around thinking they're talking to me. They're not. But everybody should be talking about me because I am internet famous. I'm not. I tell a lie. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining in. It has been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget you can support me by Redbubble, buy me a coffee, or just head over and leave me a review. I would like that very much. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you all next week. For me, it's bye for now.